Modern corporate life operates at a relentless frequency. Full calendars, endless streams of updates, and a constant barrage of pings. From the outside, it looks exactly like progress. But look closely at the actual output, and you find a strange contradiction. Despite the high-velocity activity and top-tier talent, getting a single project across the finish line feels agonizingly slow. Laziness isn't the culprit. Incompetence isn't the problem. They are working extremely hard. The friction they are fighting is systemic. The organization is bleeding time and energy in a way that doesn't show up on any quarterly report or financial statement. We call this the hidden effort tax. It is an unrecorded daily expense levied directly on your employees' time and focus. This chart shows how a typical balance sheet behaves when we account for operational friction. Organizations often treat endless alignment and navigating clunky software as necessary work, blending pure waste into the baseline expectations for the day. Because nobody formally budgets for this operational tax, it becomes an invisible weight. Everyone pays for it, but nobody actually manages it. Let's look at how this tax is actually collected. It starts with 10 minutes spent hunting across 3 different cloud platforms just to find a misfiled strategy document. Then it's 20 minutes trapped in a fragmented Slack thread, trying to decipher what a vague directive from leadership actually means, followed by a mandatory 60-minute status meeting with 12 people, an entire hour that yielded no new decisions and could easily have been a short written update. This timeline illustrates a standard 8-hour workday. Aggregate those tiny micro-losses across a 40-hour week, and you functionally delete entire days of productive output. A high-performing team is forced to spend their energy managing the system rather than executing work. The data is alarming, but the human reality is worse. It manifests as quiet frustration and the sheer mental fatigue of constant context switching. The hardest-working, most dedicated employees are often the ones penalized. They are the ones burning themselves out trying to brute force their way through the friction. When highly capable people repeatedly stall out inside a flawed framework, the solution is to redesign the environment around them. Fixing it starts with a change in perspective. Instead of asking, how do we make our people work faster, the focus shifts to a more diagnostic question. Where is the work getting trapped? To find the answer, we can map the entire lifecycle of a single everyday corporate decision. Here is a flowchart mapping a typical decision's journey. It starts with an idea, heads into a tangled mess of ambiguous approval loops, doubles back, and reaches execution. Mapping this path exposes the exact moments where effort is siphoned off, making systemic flaws visible. With the waste exposed, we can begin structural interventions. Step 1. Recurring status meetings are replaced with asynchronous written decision logs. Step 2 involved rigid ownership rules. Every process gets a single, definitive decision maker, which prevents circular approval loops from forming. Finally, the system adopts the single movement principle. Workflows are redesigned so that crucial information only needs to be entered and moved once. These changes do not lower the bar. They simply align the corporate system to finally support the talent you hired. The result is a natural return of speed. Team energy recovers, and execution happens without the constant grinding friction. Sustainable growth is rarely achieved by just adding more tools, headcount, or managerial pressure. Transformation happens through the deliberate, systemic removal of invisible drag. Reduce the hidden effort. Reclaim the real performance of your organization.